In the heart of England, there's a team of men with brains, brawn and lots of tools. These men build tree houses.
It's just the best job in the world, isn't it? Building tree houses, which is every schoolboy's dream, and I get paid for it.
There'll be a lot of and growling going on, I should think.
It's a mixture of young muscle and hardened experience working together in perfect harmony.
You know you've done a good job in that.
And behind them all, the man with the plan and the boss. At the Tree Team headquarters in Kent, the kingpin of the company, Andy, is on his way to another day's hard graft, designing and building some of the grandest tree houses in the world.
Another stressful commute to the office today. Another day in the treehouse world. I tell you, there's a lot on this week. People all over the place wanting tree houses. A lot. Borneo, Portugal, States, everywhere. And they're all good. I mean, it's all good stuff. Just got to deal with it. But right now, I've got a job over in up in Cumbria. Got to get on with these two brothers doing it, James and Gav. And they should have, what, 7:30? Should have been on site by now, that's for sure. There'll be trouble if they're not.
With just 3 weeks to finish the project, the Treehouse brothers James and Gavin have their work cut out for them. While James shoulders the hard graft, Gav sets to work checking the tree.
This is our main tree. This is where our main tree house and the deck structure is going to be, and it's all going to be supported on this tree. So for something like that, you need a fairly substantial tree. You need something that's tall, sturdy. I mean, some trees, they look very big, but like a willow tree, they can grow very, very large in 50, 60 years, and they look like a big tree, but they're quite weak and quite brittle. Something like a cedar, very long-lived. This tree could be anything between 200 or 300 years old. Slow growing, so it's not going to alter its shape or structure over any period of time, which makes it an ideal tree for us.
The treehouse is being built for a family with young children. It has a 2-deck design with an access deck on a raised area, joined by a rope bridge to the main deck. It'll be insulated, have electrics, as well as being a spectacular construction for all the family to enjoy. It'll be an exciting play area and sleepover retreat. The team have just 3 weeks from start to finish to complete the job.
We'll just need a starting point for our whole thing. What we're going to do is build essentially the outside shape of our main deck and tree house on the ground, so we can get an idea of the orientation, and then we'll build a subframe on the tree, unstitch the outside frame and lift it up into place.
Laying out the frame on the ground makes it much easier to tweak and get the angles exactly right. Once in place, the next job is to fix the joist hangers to the trunk of the tree.
Now, different trees have different types of bark, and it's not unacceptable just to trim a little bit back of the bark just to get yourself a nice even surface, especially on a tree like this. It's a cedar tree which has got nice thick bark and it's got a good protection against any kind of infection. As long as I'm careful not to go beyond the bark into the phloem layer, which is underneath the bark, or to really damage the tree in any way.
The joists will support the subframe. This holds up the entire deck, so it's vital to get them to the same height all the way round to produce a level floor.
So we're basically eyeing through to this corner down here. That's roughly lined up with there, so we know that's approximately where on the tree we want the joist hanger to go. Now we need to find how high on the tree. I measured my first joist hanger, so I know my total deck height from one fixed point, and then I've levelled round with all of these as accurate as I possibly can, and I will go back and check them once the joists are in to make sure we've got as close to level of floor as possible.
It's early days yet, but already Gavin has an eager audience.
What's the treehouse going to look like?
It's going to look like something fabulous.
It's 2 o'clock on day 2, and Gav and James are busy putting up the braces and joists. However, getting some of them into position is proving quite tricky.
We've had a go at setting up the ladders. This is ridiculous, really. It's trying to chock it up with blocks and things like that. It's not safe. So what we've decided to do is Gavin will put his harness on. He's got a great deal of climbing experience from his years as a tree surgeon. He'll scramble up the tree, set himself a rope out on that far limb that's directly above the joist. Then I've got to lift that joist bracer up to him. It's the biggest joist bracer and it's the heaviest one. So there'll be a lot of and growling going on, I should think. Hello?
Gavin, how you doing, buddy? You all right?
Back at the main office, Andy has a surprise in store for Gav. The tree team have received another request to build a luxury treehouse. But this is in no ordinary location.
So, somewhere hot and sunny, Southeast Asia. No, guess again. No, Borneo, mate. Put your tools down, get your bag packed, get your passport sorted out, and meet me down here Saturday morning for a 6 o'clock flight from Gatwick.
Guess what, mate? What? I'm leaving you and going to Borneo.
So for the next week, it'll be up to James to keep the job on track. But being left in the lurch is nothing new to him.
My official title in the company is I do the finishing work and other high-class stuff. But what it really means is I get left alone, a lot. And they move on to other jobs and I come behind them and work on my own to finish off. Which takes a lot of work when these boys have been at something, really.
And now you're talking because I can see your mouth moving. But all I can hear is me.
With the news of Gavin's trip, the boys don't waste any time, and by the end of the third day, the joists and braces are all in place, and James is briefed on the work ahead.
Happy?
As a lamb.
How happy are you?
I could skip all day.
There you go, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you in a week.